Alright, a multiplayer game of Hexarchy with 5 people in the queue. Let's see how this one goes. And I don't think I recognize any of these profile pictures, so this will be an interesting match. Not certain what's going to happen. I've got a new personal headset that I'm trying on, although it's the same microphone as last time. Hopefully, I think I figured out the problem with why the audio was oddly balanced last time. Uh, it the audio wasn't getting routed properly through voice meter, letting me do modifications to it. Although it looks like it's still a bit on the loud side, so let's turn that down. Boop. Let's see. Hmm. I do like the start, although it's an interesting question about do I get the coastal beginnings or do I get the high resource value? If I can do the Russia thing and found dead in the center there's resources, Moscow will be fine, but I won't be able to get a settler out turn 1. I'm kind of okay with that. I think, although the community is right that settlers are like the most valuable card in the game, I think we might have overcorrected and gone a bit too far down the must-play settlers rabbit hole. So I'm going to try intentionally not playing as many settlers this game, because like, frankly, with just how good this initial starting point is. Minor misplay, I should have actually used the science bottle to scavenge here, because this is like a perfect pyramids game. 1, 2, so yeah, so if I put this pasture down here, I can still have a good chance of getting pyramids next turn. So let's take high risk play, see if we can turn that into a pyramids going next round. Because like this is like a nearly perfect setup with stone marble, defensive resource to hold off any attacks, and double luxes. Effectively, I mean, the second copy is not going to get doubled until I get to 10 population, meaning that, hey, I want to get to 10 population. Good thing I'm playing Russia, who can just throw themselves in the middle of a no-food tile and be... Aw, okay, the risk did not pay off as Egypt got the pyramids instead. So, definitely didn't get the strongest start as a result of spending turn 1 on a failed play like that. I think we'll still be fine. Though, I do want to get this holy site going for some more... Actually, this holy site as well. No, here. Ooh. I am missing a food resource here, so plopping down here, getting access to this is going to make you put out a few more settlers for free. I'm starting to think the big thing that makes settlers strong isn't necessarily the settler itself, but rather like not only what you can do with it, but how cheaply you can get them onto the field. So like this one for 4 hammers is a bit much. Agriculture farm is nice. Writing into library is probably nicer. Yeah, writing library. I can buy the science and then potentially burn something. I don't think I actually need road this game. Strength is really nice late game, but based on Egypt getting a pyramid start, I'm not convinced we're going to get to late game. I don't actually have a spot to put down a fishing hut. Hunter-gatherers would be nice, but frankly, due to how restrictive this Moscow start is, I think I'm actually better off getting a big food boost going. So I'm losing a hammer for 1 turn. In exchange, I'm going to get up to 3 population next round. I think. Yeah, that should get to 3 population with the single food getting put on. Ooh, maybe I miscounted. I thought I needed only 1 food. Apparently I needed 2. So here, get the food resource and the holy site going. I doubt that anyone else has seen this holy site, so I can just grab this spot here as well. Settler is in the discard. Woodworking, don't really have good use for it, so this hand isn't strong enough. Even though there were a couple of cards worth burning in that hand, I think just getting a new hand faster is more valuable. Going to eventually have access to iron, so I don't think I need axemen immediately. But without the road going, and without very much culture, I actually have a long way to go before the iron tile gets claimed, because there's 1, 2 tiles that have higher priority, so I need 6 before anything happens. And then there's 3 tiles with even priority, so on average, 2 of them are... One of them's going to be grabbed before the iron, so 6, 10, 14 culture in order to get this. I'm only producing 2. 7 turns is too long. can't make another unit this turn, so I think the best thing I can do is just set up for potential Statue of Zeus with a second marble that's going to be produced next turn for really cheap. Well, 1, 2, it's already stored, so if I put down 3 more, it'll grab another one of these 2 tiles, and then it's going to start working on these 4 parts tiles next. So just sell the rest in order to make sure my inventory is controlled. Stone would be nice. Science is nicer. Yeah, I think I can hold off on the stone for a bit. Okay, spotted Paris, way over there. Think there's enough usable terrain that'll be hard for us to fight there. Mostly just holding on to the paganism for the cheap wondered because of the marble. And it's going to take a bit too long to get back to philosophy in order to reuse it. Besides, I like having the settler on hand. I would like to put down a fishing hut before doing anything else. See if I can find the fishing hut. Like a no. Although I'm using this first set of marble to put down Statue of Zeus, I think I can use the second set in order to get a monastery, so I only need the 1 library going. I want to hold on to that food very specifically. Come on, fishing hut. No. Well, I don't have horses, so I can get rid of you. Might as well just drop the Statue of Zeus while I'm thinking about it. Safe defensive location. Throwing up hammers. Novgorod actually does get a pretty big benefit from getting resiliency going. This is going to have a ton of production boost if you get put onto the right space. This might actually be a go big game. Here. Putting this farm down here means that the settler can get over there nicely. Come on. Fishing is the last card of the deck. No! Couldn't make it, so we're just going to have to hold on to these for the future. I actually have a pretty good setup for foraging, so I don't need you. This legitimately might be a go big game, so Hanging Gardens is a play if I can justify it. I'm not seeing a ton of output. Oh, no, he actually saw the holy site. Oh, okay. Fishing being the last card in the entire deck really ruined last turn. That's painful. Oh. Cheap horse, but honestly, I'd rather charge right now. I am really annoyed about losing this holy site. I want to fight for it right now. So this hand doesn't actually do enough, aside from getting another settler out, and frankly, killing a settler is going to be worth more right now. Marble going. This is like the core of the plan going forward, why I was okay with burning the library. There's metal. Charge, along with a horse in order to play it. Put settler on the bottom, so I'm gonna get the food back next turn. But like, oh. Cards I'm looking for are just stuck at the bottom right now. I would love to have Moscow, but honestly, Moscow having big hammer production, using all this food going onto these 2 mines is where the real value is. Still can't find. I don't think I need a 3rd farm. Yeah, where's metalworking? No, this bottom card of the deck twice in a row? Oof. That's a big oof. I don't like burning merch, but I have to. Swordsman, go forth. Be the settlement you want to see in the world. Now you can be happy and make money. If I hadn't burned Berserker, there's a chance that this could have been a better play. Oh, they moved the Settler and put Strength on it? Okay, China's a bot. I can go and get it. I can probably be very aggressive against China now. And I'm going to have access to 2 holy sites, so it was a good idea to not burn the temple. The temple's going to be very valuable. First, I'd rather... Do I have a second marble source? Actually, yes. If I forge this marble source, I can get... Egypt did get pyramids early, but they haven't been spamming wonders out, so this is actually extremely valuable, getting Hagia Sophia online. Just go find China. You're a scout more than anything else. This is a charge going on. Mosque to Jenne is going to be nice long-term. Frankly, because I'm going to have a lot of iron sources in the long run, this is more valuable. Temple is good if I can get it for free. Need to cut down the size of this deck right now. You hit multiple cities with it. This is actually a good spot for a Russia city, but like no one else, because there's like 0 food availability here. It's like this, like my game plan is now culture, so this gets culture going. I don't actually have a horse to work with, so this is just... Yeah, this is preemptive defense. I need, actually you, here, to claim this tile so I can get the extra marble this turn. Like, 'cause right now I'm getting these marble cards that I want to play, getting stuck in my hand, but if I can get a second marble mine online, then this is actually a really good deck to hold on to. Well, if I'm not mobilizing this turn, I'm never going to mobilize, because it's only good for settlers with Statue of Zeus ticking. Mine would be wonderful. Can I burn enough stuff for it? There's no more pasture spots. Loss of Jenne is nice, but frankly it's too expensive in late game to work with right now. I will get the marble ticking next turn if I hold on to it, actually, so... Nah, more economy, more better. Can't afford the science bottle. The play, I think, is actually to get Skirmisher onto the Swordsman, build a second Swordsman, and charge the second Swordsman in order to get the flanking bonus on Leon. But that's, of course, assuming I don't find the mine again, which is fairly likely. The fact that China also hasn't been going for this hut is another good sign that they're probably a bot and I'm in a good spot. Here, I want to find the city to conquer is the goal for this turn. Hereditary rule. Ooh, this is within Royal Guard distance. That's actually a wonderful spot to have set up. Mathematics is going to go deeper into the tech tree late game, which is exactly what I want. Do I have any uses for the luxuries? Nope, sell them all, get more cards. There's the swordsman I was talking about. Okay, this is a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. I want to get this holy site working. There's the mine, so I can claim you, put this down. Amusingly, this is actually the best tile that Novgorod can work right now. Now I'm going to get more money from these guys, so just play defensive and careful. And then with this, I save more hammers by dropping the Wonder than I do by putting down the Monastery, but the Monastery is the actual plan for this game. So I've already burned the lumber mill, so city here, city here, so that I have harbor access, which means that this space is open. Then Monastery onto Novgorod, actually. Getting some tech advancement and clearing cards from the deck. Temple of Diana is the core play, but I don't think it's happening fast enough. I'm just not going to have enough stone to justify that. 2, 3 has to be this guy. Oop, I could have used the resiliency if I hadn't run out of time. Let's see. Yeah, Temple of Diana wasn't happening. It's double not happening. But this monastery is honestly better than Wonders for actually claiming tiles overall. Okay, that warrior is now within striking distance of Moscow. I have to put a unit here or I lose the game. Spearmen, I can't actually take down the spearmen. And it's going to get zone of control blocked. But if my theory is correct that China's a bot, then if... Oh, no, Shuko knew. Yeah, this is a dead swordsman, so... This is going to get blocked by zone of control, but it's worth the risk to see if they don't lose it. Here... Honestly, I'd like here for the extra hammer, but I think Harbor Axis is more valuable right now. I don't think I can go all the way up the tactics tree immediately. Finally, the fishing hut that I wanted to play ages ago, back on like turn 3, finally comes out. This guy has Fortify bonus on a hill, actually. It's not going to be practical to do anything about Leon. Just Fortify Zone of Control to make it so they can't do any crazy plays is the option. I need to find a unit this turn, otherwise I lose Moscow. This is nice, but I think I'm out of good spots for it. Moscow is such a nice city, I would love to have a granary here. Oh, that's a ton of iron for sale. Yeah, I don't need any of these luxuries right now, so... This, build with iron by pressing tab. I would like to find if I can get a forge out first. Oh, that's some crazy expensive stone. Resiliency. Purple. Here's the swordsman I was talking about. China has move priority because they're losing on victory points, so I just have to defend with it. Holy Warrior advances my culture game plan, as well as make sure that nothing crazy, just what blindsides me. Building this with iron means that I don't actually have a good spot for harbor this turn. Stone. If I can forge this stone, and I know that's crazy expensive, but like frankly, a wonder's a wonder. So yoink. It's victory points, and it means that this city is going to get huge. Oh, 1 second too late. I couldn't quite get it to Moscow because I had my camera positioned incorrectly. She can Itza, and that's a really crazy spot for it because like I can actually get my swordsman over there to grab it. This zone of control is why the knights awkwardly just stopped in one space. They just physically could not move. The China bot, it's very clearly a bot at this point based on the way that they're moving around, is like really getting on my nerves now, especially if the scout's going and blocking stuff. So rid of the scout. I need a second unit in order to go and take this down. Mine onto stone is extremely valuable long-term play. I can only build 1 unit per turn out of both of these, and frankly I think I want both of them going. I can get up to... Yeah, I can get into gunpowder and drop the cannon here. Is probably the single best play I've got access to right now. So go and find that, because I have to buy the iron for it. Hammers. Cannon, but I need to get some more burns. Only needed 1 city of the granary. Cannon. Fires first. Then flank attack bonus on anyone who survives. actually build here because the unit is blocking. Okay, another swordsman. China gets move priority, so my swordsman gets here second, but frankly, that's all I need. I'm not going to find a charge this turn at this rate. I would love to get that harbor down. Actually, yeah, I can burn the jeweler. I can't really burn Holy Warrior. I'd like to get one more fishing hut going before burning it. I actually don't have any more spots to put settler down because both my cities are used already. Find favor. Actually, this is a tactical benefit to the cannon. Actually, here. Harbor's not happening this turn. Love to get it next turn, along with... Actually, not education. Architecture actually would solve a lot of issues I've got going on right now. Because, this is one of the reasons why settlers are so good, is I can only build one building and one unit per turn in both of these spots, and that's really hurting me unless I get a forge to make them double cities effectively. This is... Honestly, this feels like a little bit of weird play coming from France as well. I'm starting to wonder about them. Just nothing we can do against that ranged unit without some sort of setup. Okay, finally, I got this settler down. Getting distracted by fighting on multiple fronts has been causing issues. Hagia Sophia plus having double monasteries, honestly, I think I'm going to culture claim this tile before much happens. I'm already like one tile away from it. Claim this. China is I'm 99% convinced that China is a bot in this game. So getting some forward motion on it, this is in theory, a free conquest if I can get 2, probably 3 units to set up because of the double terrain. I have to get a flank bonus and then a hit twice. Done. Okay. Boom. Architecture, forge has actually been causing me a lot of problems. So, put here, actually. Starting to run low on good forge spots because I've put mines on a lot of these land-based resources already. Wow, I'm actually really short on hammers this game, despite multiple of these heavily worked tiles. Moscow should be working another hammer tile. Here, preferably. Frankly, the resiliency's done its job at this point. I'm running low on good forge spots, and I think now I've got enough money flowing that I actually need hammers more than anything else. Guy whip out. Actually, you fortify. Holy Warrior plays aggressively. Cannon plays aggressive. Ooh, I can't actually do that because I don't have a road access. So, Great wall game. I would love to get this military engineering out. I'd love to also get this fishing hut out, but frankly, it's not happening. So if that's not happening, then just attack step, walk step. Military engineer goes away. Harbor is a big section of why my economy is struggling early game. Holy Warrior, the other defending unit. Actually, charge the cannon. It's a slight advantage going. Open the Cossack. Ooh. Forge is also a big reason of why I'm struggling right now. I'm just not getting enough production and enough units and buildings on the board, given I have my game plan with 2 monasteries plus Hagia Sophia. Ooh, they mobilized it. It's a good thing I put the Holy Warrior swordsman up front. I am happy with just how thin my deck is because I've been advancing technology extremely slowly this game. Okay. It says that because I'm above 85, but without access to East India Company, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually finish this game this turn. So it's going to be 2 turns out, which is a bit going to be slightly problematic. These ranged attacks will going to come through first. I actually have to charge both of these guys in order to take down this Chukonu. There's a charge, but like here is actually more important right now, getting this Cossack charge. So I need to find the other charge in the deck. I'm in favor of the cannon, actually. This is frankly a cannon game rather than a crossbow game. Do I have enough stone to justify this? I don't think there's going to be enough big points. Swordsman gets it through. Okay, so there's the 2 charges. So, Cossack moves up. Horses are expensive, but frankly, I have the money. Charge the Cossack. Charge this guy, so that's got an extremely high rate of getting through here. I'd like to get 1 more Holy Warrior out. I'm just not going to have time for a settler about mobilize. Only have 1 more spot to put Forge, only if like nothing else in the deck works. Holy Warrior's on the bottom. So many cards are ending up on the very bottom of the deck right now. You have to come to me. Fine, onto luxuries, it's money. I'm actually extremely likely going to take this tile because I'm making more than 10 culture a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, guarantee take it in 2 turns actually is the real play. Cannon, iron, get another cannon. Super guarantee that this guy goes down. Actually, I want him to be alive so that the charge from the Cossack comes through. So I actually want you here. I've got enough going, so just more culture from university is the play. It's even with the culture nerf after it, it's still 3 cultures actually a lot in this game. Actually, no. The correct play was craftsmanship. I would have gotten more. This is going to get me like 6 culture over the course of the game, but craftsmanship was probably going to get me like 20 culture from all the stuff built around Moscow. You know, I could have probably won the game on that turn if I hadn't burned Moscow Gene back 10 turns ago, but I think the timing on it just was impractical to hold on to that card for so long. One of the reasons why I was able to recover from this weird setup was because I was able to keep the deck thin. Alright, the charge came through because I didn't kill the Imperial Guard first. Bonk. Thank you. Given I'm not going to be able to take Leon, so that's just frankly burn it for the 4 victory points. Because I'm about to take this space in probably this turn with a Conquistador play. This one I don't think I can rely on. No, they can't place barracks here. really comes down to what the victory point count says at the end of this round. Because if I can just... Yes, I got the space. That might actually be game between getting this and so many We Love You bonuses. It was! Just barely, that one space. This one chicken instant placement here determined the game by giving it to me on this turn. Let's go. All right. Good game, Kiki. I was correct in identifying China as the bot. France. Ooh, France got pinned in by aggressive placements on Elephantine and Thebes, and they decided to attack into the statue of Zeus player rather than into France. Actually, maybe the reason why this was such a half-hearted attack with only a single Imperial Guard was because they were trying to fight and failing to fight Egypt over here. Let's take a look at this turn 1 pyramids that would have been amazing for me. Uh, what are the pyramids getting? Uh, is it just single luxuries? Wow. Okay. They really just built the pyramids just to deny it from me. That's a first. And the East India Company was placed on land, so it didn't get all that many victory points out of it. I don't think max East India Company would have determined the game, but this getting even a single marble out of this turn 1 pyramids, I think would have won the game because they would have been able to take a couple wonders from me. Yeah, 2 wonders and like the extra culture tile grabs that wonders would give. 2 wonders, 4 points each, 99. They grab 2 tiles at all across the entire game, and boom, Egypt takes first place. Rome, ooh, Egypt spent all of their time fighting, actually. And expensive because they weren't able to get this until they took Antium later on, and then Rome didn't have a second horse pasture. Horses were really scarce on this map. Yeah, actually, how did China build this one anyways? There's no alternate cost for horsemen. You had to actually have gotten your hands on a horse. And like I found like 2 horses the entire game, both off the market, both were very expensive. Huh. Yeah, like this one is a random market pull because of the icon of the ship happening. So that game, honestly, I got a really lucky start, even if it didn't feel like it, because I got the pyramid stolen from me, and I got some bad shuffles multiple turns in a row. The most important card I needed was the very last one of the deck, so I could either struggle to or couldn't get my hands on it. But the high value of this iron giving me extremely powerful ranged units and cheap defense that didn't hurt my culture plan at all, especially because I was able to get a farm and a granary onto Moscow to make it just work all of the useful tiles. Like, let's see. The only I probably should have gotten it to working this tile as well at some point, but yeah, I had to build enough units out of Moscow that it would have been at least 10 population without that. Which, frankly, that's the real reason why to build more settlers, is just what I ran into in this game. I could only build 1 building and 1 unit per turn, so here there were multiple turns where I struggled to put down either a settler or another building because I'd already put something there. The forge came through really nicely late game, but frankly, building a warehouse early game would have helped me a lot. And especially not having to fight the China bot over the space for Kazan. If I'd gotten that out 2 turns earlier, I would have been able to protect Moscow. Moscow would have like 8 or 9 population to work with right now. Because I had to build 1 unit to defend here, 1 unit to attack here, and then I had to redo the settler, I think. Yeah, the settler actually came out of Kazan eventually. So Moscow would be at 8 or 9 population and be working, yeah, 2, 4 more hammers, which would be really, really nice for the game plan, which I was starting to run low on hammers towards the end. All right, that was a fun time. Good games and good night.